So, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the CNE series of week 6, the holistic case studies presentation series that we are conducting on behalf of the 6th anniversary of HNDP Holistic Training happening over the last 6 years. Holistic Nutrition Training Program. So, as part of this series, we have two fabulous case studies this week. The first one I'll introduce right now, and the second we take it later. This case is about a long-standing suffering, a chronic hypothyroidism case, a chronic IBS suffering patient, along with an autoimmune impact, and there was a suffering with lichen planus infection for a longer time, inflammation. So, how all the three conditions were resolved following the holistic approach in this 108 days is the journey that we are going to lead you ahead today. So, thank you for joining us, and over to you, Karpagam. Yeah, let me introduce the speaker also. So, Karpagam, she joined HNTP this year, and she's an HNTP student, and she is an H3 intern. And this is her first case study presentation. And her learnings are really profound, and that you will witness as you listen to her. Over to you.
Thank you, ma'am. Good evening, everyone. Let me share my screen. Yeah. Good evening, everyone. This is Karpagam.
Not visible, Karpagam. It is some
Sorry,
other.
ma'am.
This is not your presentation. Some other browser is visible. Select the right slide. Go to first go click on Chrome, select your presentation, and then comment. This is good to go.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. This is Karpagam. I'm from Coimbatore. So today I'm going to share my personal journey in holistic healing through 108 days lifestyle reset program. How the program helped me to rediscover myself when I lost in between the emotional exhaustion. So this is not only about healing the body, it is about finding peace, purpose of life, and becoming the person I'm today. Welcome you all to the road back to me. So I'd like to share a little about me. So I'm the first graduate from my family, and I began working in the IT career for over 8 years, and got an opportunity to complete my masters, and I completed it. When I became mother, life led me to take a career break to hold my responsibilities as a mother. So at that time, I developed interest in learning nutrition as I was under the guidance of nutrition during my pregnancy and postpartum phase. So I completed a diploma in nutrition, and then I joined internship in HNTP, and from there my learnings in HNTP continues. And I gained all the knowledge from the learning I have, but putting all the knowledge as an action is I was searching for the guidance. Okay, so at the right time, I got guidance from 108 Days Lifestyle Reset Program by Jyoti Srinivas ma'am. So it is the program helps me to show what I have to do, not only what I have to do to change my awareness into transformation. It helped me to understand, ma'am helped me to understand why I'm actually doing all the things, and really understanding the deeper helped me to make the transformations possible. So we together achieved the transformations of reversing hypothyroidism. My IBS symptoms significantly improved, and I gained energy not only physically, emotionally also. And in the most, I rediscovered myself. So, yeah, this challenges I faced before starting this healing journey. The primary area is my emotional well being. I was a person with constant overthinking, holding all the about the past and fear about the future. Anger issues was with me. Anger over the small things disturbed the peaceful environment in my home, and emotional eating habits developed. Overweight, low energies, and pain become the part of my life. Even for the small household things become feels like moving mountains to me. With this low energy and fatigue, I was not able to enjoy my motherhood. My energy didn't cope up with my little kid. It felt overwhelming. So on the whole, I was surviving in the life but not living the life fullest. So a constant question always echoed in mind, like, will this be life forever? So these questions keep on echoing, and again it causes a kind of emotional stress. So all the challenges will be having a story behind, right? I would like to take you all through the story from my childhood to motherhood for the deeper understanding of my health conditions. So childhood is a happy childhood. Even from 12th month, it's been from 1 year. I was with my grandparents and maternal home. It was a pool of love and warmth I enjoyed. There is a lot of memories I hold. Still today, I am very happy about it. I hold a lot of memories. And once I started schooling, I moved with my parents. Parents being from the lower middle class environment, they worked very hard to uplift our family standards. So alone days in my home gave a sense of loneliness with me. At point of time, communication with my maternal home and grandparents become not possible as because of the family issues. So it goes on like that. And I believed education is the only hope to uplift the family standards and for the better future of myself. Years of intense learning, I cracked the job in IT industry and moved away to work. Yes, I feel proud to be a daughter who could financially help her family and take the responsibilities. But always, there is one part in me, the child in me, always longs for the warmth and love of the family around. So then moves into the new phase of my life, marriage. Yeah, it is a new chapter begins in my life, and my parents begin that chapter. My hope about the marriage is not only about the partner, it is about the family that is coming closer together. Two families bring coming close together creates a sense of togetherness and the feeling of belongings, love, and acceptance. So this was my dream about the marriage, but it all started nicely, but somewhere due to situations it got disturbed. So difference in perceptions and generation gap between my in-laws, I feel little difficult to settle into my new families. And my parents always have the tendency to distance themselves when they have felt wronged. They will be having the reasons for that, but somewhere at some point it happened with me. The distancing from myself, I didn't anticipated that for, and it became a deep emotional hurt with me. Balancing the new relationship and trying to fulfill the emotional expectations of the parents become the daily challenge in my life. My husband works in a ship based role. His physical appearance will be limited because of his job nature. So it was me who handling the conflicts and got in between the conflicts. So it was something like I'm carrying the responsibility which is out of my capacity. So it really feels shattered when my initial dream or wish about the marriage got disturbed, and this thing get continued even during the pregnancy. My pregnancy is not a peaceful phase, so this conflicts continued, and I was got in between. So all these things made started issues in my health. During my third trimester, I got gestational diabetes, hypertension issues. I was on insulin for 2 long months, and it happened to be an emergency c-section. But irrespective of all the things, the family's focus were always on the conflicts ongoing. So it created even deeper the emotional stress and feeling of unseen. So the beautiful day in every woman's life, be, meeting our little one. So I was also having a lot and lots of dreams. May that day will bring the families closer together, and I will get the feeling of togetherness and belongings. But it turned to be a little different. I hold the happy memory of the day and also some memories which I don't want to hold. It continued, but at one point of time, I realized I want to create a emotionally peaceful environment for my kid. So for raising a happy and healthy kid, the emotional presence of the mother is really important. So I just don't want to continue inside that conflicts, hoping everything will get resolved, and someday I choose to move to a new place, new environment on my 45th days of postpartum. So emotionally, I could take this decision considering my kid, but physically recovering body didn't cope up with me. So since my husband stayed back to take care of us, it happened to work again after my maternal holidays, that is after 6 months of delivery. So motherhood, house responsibilities, managing the households with limited support, and the feeling of unseen and isolation from the family, everything becomes overwhelming. At point of time, I decided to take a temporary break from a career. It was temporary at that time, but sometime later it happened to be a permanent one. When it happened to be a permanent one, I feel I lost identity. So I'm a girl who started working after my school days. So for the one who's been earning even from the school days, now feel the sense of financial dependency. Everything piled up together, and it created a deep emotional stress and physical dependency, even for the small things. Yeah, my health conditions were like year by year I got diagnosed with one by one health conditions. It started with hypothyroidism, and after skin issues and IBS. So in all things it has been mentioned as autoimmune. So when I checked with the doctor what is this autoimmune and how what I could do for that, their suggestion is I have to avoid stress. But I really need to avoid the stress, but how is always a point of question in me. And the journey continues like that. And this is the reports, health reports of the IBS condition and lichen planus. When I got diagnosed with the lichen planus after my pregnancy, I realized that even in my childhood days, in my schooling days, maybe in fifth or sixth standard, I got the skin rashes. It just started as a rashes, and day by day, it just covered up me totally. So yeah, I think it's been years I have into the medication for that condition, and it get resolved only after I completed my college days. In that point of time, I didn't know that is lichen planus. But again, when I was in the constant treatment for the lichen planus, now I got to know even I was suffering with this in my childhood. So lichen planus, recurrent of this flare-ups increased day by day. So I was on cortisol steroid injections every month. So every month I will be visiting the doctors for the injections. So at one point I realized I'm losing myself somewhere. I don't want to actually do. I should be an emotionally present mother for my kid, for building a happy home and family. So I wanted to become a happy and healthy version of myself and happy and healthy version for my child. This decision begins my healing journey. 7 areas of life: physical, emotional, and relationship. These areas needs attention as I withhold a lot of emotional stress even years and years. Financially, we are stable. Professional life, even I felt I had lost my identity, but somewhere I had the hope, I have the education, so I can restart my career whenever I want. Spiritually, I believe in God, but somewhere astrology played a major role in my life. After my delivery, I am not welcomed into my in-laws' home because of some reasons with astrology. I didn't understand why it happened like that. Social health, I'm an introvert person. I'm having a small circle of close relationship. I rather listen than talking. So yeah, the root cause is listed over here. Everything matters in my health conditions, but the major thing what I feel is the emotional stress which I'm holding years and years with me as the reason for the health conditions and suffering and the emotional sufferings. So, yeah, when I've been constantly asking for something or someone who could help me to bring out of this lifestyle of this emotional struggles, I one day luckily got to know about 108 Days Lifestyle Reset Program by Jyoti Srinivas ma'am. So, the initial call with ma'am, I started this with the self doubt whether I will be able to follow all these things. But ma'am gave me hope and I started believing in myself. It is not about the large steps I have to do. It is about the small daily habit change with consistency. I will be able to achieve the target which I want to do. So, this hope given by ma'am helped me to follow all the things and reach where I am today. Daily physical activity, daily 5 a.m. sessions. The sessions gave me experience a variety of physical workouts. Even I was into physical workouts while struggling to manage my weight for a long time, but the consistency in me was missing. The consistency here I got through the community I'm traveling with. The constant motivation from my team members helped me to push to the other day when even I feel tired at sometimes. My major awareness from this physical activity is managing weight is not about excuse me the weight on the weighing scale. It is about the strength you're building. This activity refreshed me physically and emotionally to be active throughout the day. Reading habits, as I mentioned, TV is the constant companion for me from childhood. So it developed as a habit, even as an emotional habit. So I discussed this with ma'am. Ma'am suggested in reading books. The constant sharing of knowledge from the books from the team members get me the inspiration to read books. I started with You Can Heal Your Life by Louis Hay. It totally changed my perception about the life. Sunset Supper. Sunset Supper helped majorly in reversing my IBS condition. The early dinners and the proper sleep helped me to come out of the gut issues I'm facing. Nutritional interventions. Nutrition interventions made me to realize healthy eating is not something that I have to avoid the things which I love. It is something I need to do the portion controls. Sugars and processed food or the companions along with TV in my emotional eating habits. I initially discussed this with ma'am, and ma'am told cravings is not just because of mine, it is just because of the thoughts or patterns. Man suggested to do food journaling. By journaling, I got to know about the patterns when I am craving for the sugar. By slowly introducing the fruits, vegetable drinks, and proteins in the meals properly, I was able to come out of this cravings for the sugars and processed food. Milk. Milk is one of my favorite drink as it holds some memory to it. But at one point of time when it has been diagnosed with IBS, doctor advised not to have milk. Even I wish to have it, I always had the fear of having the milk and I stopped it. So when this intervention is given, I shared the same with ma'am. Ma'am told me food is not something about what you eat, it is with the belief what you are eating. So if you believe the food will heal you, it will heal you. I changed that fear to the belief that milk is healing me. Yes, milk helped to heal me. I didn't get any gut issues after that because of milk. And mindset practices, affirmations. I'm the person having a lot of fear about the future. So what if happens like that, what if happens like that will be always in my mind. That is kind of overthinking. Affirmations, by constantly practicing affirmations, help me to overcome all my fears and turn the fears into hope. Physical decluttering. Cluttering gives me a tendency of irritation. Even the clutter made by my kid by with the toys, playing with the toys, make me to feel a kind of irritation with that. So I express the same with ma'am. It's like cluttering is not something we have to get irritation upon. Decluttering the physical space is something you can clutter your thoughts in the mind. So by that, we can just avoid or let out the unwanted thoughts. So it will create the space for the creative thoughts. Emotional healing practice, Ho'oponopono prayer. Ho'oponopono prayer is something like it helped me to surrender myself, to accept myself, release all my fears, and find peace within myself. Gratitude journaling. For this so long years of time, my focus was only on the things which I don't have, which I miss to have it. But by practicing gratitude journaling, I started focusing on the blessings I have. I count the blessings day by day, and to my surprise I realized I have so much of things blessed with. Instead I was on just on with the things I don't have. Release process, journaling. This plays a major role in my emotional healing journey. When ma'am asked to start journaling, I had a lot of questions with me. What I have to do, how I have to do. Even at a point of time I thought I don't have anything to write on this journal. But the discussion with ma'am, hours and hours of discussion, helped me to understand what I actually have to do and why I have to do. Even my team members shared their experience of the journaling process, which helped me to get a hope that this is going to something to do with my emotional healing process. By journaling, I understand the thoughts and patterns and belief in me, what is causing the issues. And instead of reacting, I get the clarity how I can process those thoughts. It become a safe place to express all my withhold emotions for years and years, and it finally relieved me from my emotional burdens. Forgiveness letter, it is not the letter, it is self talk. It is self talk which I haven't done before any time. So the letter drafted by me is something like I feel mom had traveled with me for this long years in every instance of my life and have drafted the letter. The constant self talk with me for the 21 days of practice finally helped me to forgive myself, and forgiving myself helped me to accept myself. Accepting led to love myself. And Surya Namaskaram challenge. This is one of the challenge I have achieved through this journey. When it started, I had a lot of doubts about my physical stamina and strength. So, mom gave me a lot of hope, and the motivation comes from the community, which constantly supports in throughout the journey. So, with the support and motivation, I was able to complete this journey, and in the end, it taught me like I'm capable of doing the things if I really want to do. The limitations are only for the mind, not for the body. If you don't limit yourself in the mind, you can achieve whatever you want. Yes, this is what we achieved as a milestone in this journey. From TH of 44.590, we could achieve the TH of 0.42. 7 years of hypothyroidism, I was able, we was able to reverse with constant holistic healing practices. This is something to celebrate upon. I not only celebrate this hypothyroidism reversal, I also celebrate the woman I'm today, a happy and a confident me. So, with this hypothyroidism reversal, IBS symptoms significantly reduced, all my gut irritations reduced, the fear when I see food. Before eating, I always have the fear like, will this hurt my gut? Will this irritate my gut? I'm completely out of the fears, and now I believe whatever I'm eating, this is going to heal my gut. And yes, it healed it. And the episodes of injections for lichen planus really stopped. It's been 3 months. I have been visited doctor for this routine injections. And the scars of lichen planus, which lasted from my even from school days till college days, now it is reducing gradually. So this is the scorecard. I'm considering the scorecard as a report card as sin I get from my school days. So all the upward arrows were the rewards for the consistency, and the consistency didn't happen only by me. It is because of the hope that mom hold on me and the constant motivation from the community I'm traveling with this 108 days. I feel really happy about seeing this progress, and this happiness is physically and emotionally. This is my biggest learning in this journey. I began to ask, what is this experience teaching to me instead of why is this happening to me as I was doing in the past. So it helped me to realize what I have to actually focus on. I started to focus on my future, which I wanted to create, rather than the things happened in the past. It teach me to accept the people as they are, to accept the situation instead of resisting everything. And I'm taking life lessons as a key takeaway from this 108 days lifestyle journey. That is, healing begins with awareness. Small daily habits create extraordinary change. The body reflects the mind. Self care is not selfish. Consistency transforms life. Yeah, finally, with lots of ups and downs, I could able to reach the road back to myself with the help of the team and Jyoti Srinivas ma'am, with love, with healing, with compassion, and with a more happy me than any time. This is my heartfelt feedback for this program. I joined this program for improving my health condition, but it is not only the health. More than that, physical health, I found emotional healing in me. The perspective of looking things changed. I never hoped that I could reverse hypothyroidism. I even had a fear of adding some more health conditions in my history of reports. But at the right time, I got to know about this program. I joined. I gained the confidence from mom and guidance she provided helped me to complete this journey. Because of following this journey, I just not only gained my health, my emotional health, I gained happiness, and my happiness reflects in my home daily. It helped me to create a peaceful environment within myself, also outside myself. Thank you so much, ma'am, for doing this change with me. And thank you, team, for the support and motivation throughout this journey. I'm always heartfully grateful for Jyoti Srinivas ma'am and the team which helped me to reach the place where I wanted to be. I'm grateful to Suresh Kumar sir for the lessons which turned my perspective about the health totally different.
You doing, Jessica?
Ma'am, I'll read, ma'am. I'll only read, ma'am.
Okay. How long would you do this?
My heartfelt thank you to Jyoti Srinivas ma'am. Thank you for believing in me when I doubted myself. I will always be grateful for the positive impact you have had on my life. Your guidance, constant motivation, gentle reminders, and unwavering support helped me maintain my health and well being. This 108-day lifestyle reset program helped me reconnect with myself, rebuild healthy habits, and rediscover the strength within me. The team gives me a supportive and inspiring environment where growth, healing, and transformation became possible. Dr. Suresh Kumar sir, thank you for the wonderful lessons that transformed the way I look at health. Your knowledge and guidance laid the foundation for my healing journey and lifelong learning.
Thank you, everyone, for listening to my story. Thank you.
Thank you, Karpakam.
We can stop the share. Thank you so much, Karthikam. That's a beautiful presentation. Um, defined for you really. Well, emotionally held there as much as you are, as we are. Thank you, so guys, for all the people who have listened to our story, for all the questions and appreciations. Please make a note of them. We'll take them post the second case study presentation. So now let me introduce the second case that we are dealing today. It is a story of a school teacher, a woman who has been limping over the last 20 years. She was not able to walk properly. She was not able to believe herself. She was not able to sit down in the last 2 decades. Wait, come now. Don't share the screen. So who was not able to sit down for such a long time. So how the story was resolved